Welcome to Attleboro Update. For another year, the Attleboro Area Council for Children has worked to make sure families in need have a great Christmas. The organization is wrapping up its 30th annual Christmas is for Kids gift drive. The all-volunteer program has worked with numerous donors to provide Christmas gifts for over 800 children in the area. We met up with Chairperson Kelly Fox to learn more about the success of this year's program.
Hi, my name is Kelly Fox, and I'm the chairperson of Christmas is for Kids, which is a program of the Greater Attleboro Area Council for Children. And today we're trying to finish up the last of the 800 bags that we're going to be sending out to all of the children in the surrounding 5 towns so that they'll have Christmas, new toys and clothes for Christmas this year. Things have gone really, really well this year. The donors have been wonderful. At this point, we're just waiting for a few donors to show up who have pledged to children. But really, for the most part, things have gone great. We got started early, even with the late Thanksgiving. We started the week ahead of time. And so essentially what's happened is that donors have come in. We did some early shopping, and so therefore we're, I would say, a little bit ahead of the game compared to where we've been in prior years. We've just tried to anticipate potential problems. What happens once a donor has pledged to a child, first off, they will have called in and we'll match them up, and then they do their shopping. Then they bring it to our front door, which is the back door of the building, and from there, the check-in elves take everything that's out of the bag and they compare that to the child's wish list. So if it's toys and or clothes, we know the child's size, we know if there's some special needs, we know their reading level, if they specifically need a winter coat, if they need winter boots, if they need warm pajamas. So all of that is on the child. We call it a story sheet. And so the check-in elves look at what's in the bag and they compare that to the story sheet. So if the child needs a winter coat, we check to see if it's the right size, the right gender, and if that's the case, it stays in the bag. Same thing with the boots, same thing with the pajamas, and then we look to see what else the child has asked for or what else we know about the child. So it could be that the child loves basketball or likes Barbie dolls. Because we know these other things about the child, we'll look to see what else is in the bag to make sure that it matches up to the child's interests. I think the really interesting part about this is every bag is customized. I know that with some other gift drives, every 5-year-old boy essentially gets the same thing, or every 10-year-old girl gets the same thing. But with us, every bag is specific for that child, as if the parent or Santa took care of that child just the way they wanted to be taken care of. The volunteers are wonderful. We have a terrific, terrific team, really great core group of 20 or 30 volunteers. But over the course of the 3 weeks that we're here, approximately 150 volunteers will walk in the door. So there's a lot of people, and they come back year after year. So they love it. They take this very seriously. They really want these kids to have what they're looking for, and they work hard to make sure that those bags are as perfect as possible. The parents, that's pretty amazing. The parents come in, and especially the first year that a parent has been helped, they have no idea what they're going to get. They fill out the sheet and probably hope for the best. And I can tell you that more often than not, especially for the first parents, the first year for parents, when they ever see the bags, and you can see behind me, when a parent realizes that everything that's in that bag is for one child. So if they have 2 or 3 children and we bring out 2 or 3 bags, the parents are overwhelmed. They just can't believe that people would be so generous and help them. And I think it's important to think about the parents that we are helping. First off, they're our neighbors. They're the people in our community. So they have lost jobs, or some of them have lost a spouse, and I don't mean by divorce. There's an awful lot of parents that we're helping who've been widowed. So widowers, widows, they are managing on half the salary, less than half the income maybe, than what they had a year or 2 ago. And so there's so much going on in the household that if we can take a little bit of the trauma of what's going on in that house and just give them some happy moments on Christmas morning, that's really important. So sometimes people have lost a job. Sometimes there's some much more serious things going on than a job loss, such as a death. But frankly, there are parents that are no longer in the picture for whatever reason. It could be, unfortunately, some of them are in jail or rehab or just completely abandoned the family, and that could be a father or a mother that's just gone, and we've got a single parent that's struggling. So the folks that we're helping, this just means so much. And one of the things that I think is also really wonderful, I keep calling this the great equalizer, Christmases for Kids, because the kids can get this great toy or a warm winter coat or whatever it might be, gift cards for the teens to go shopping, to go out for dinner with their friends, movie passes. And what it does is it allows them to go back to school in January and say, yeah, I got this winter coat just like my friends. Or yeah, everybody's going out to the movies. I can go too. I think that there's a lot of that that's really, really important that for the children, for them to be able to do what they want to do with their friends and not feel left out. It's just, it gives them a little bit of a boost right when they need it. And I think that the upside to that is just these wonderful ripple effects. So, it's much bigger. It's much more intense, I think, than some people might think, that just these small kindnesses really reap tremendous rewards.
Merry